Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said. This was 14 years ago. They didn't do a retraction.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for gracing us with this opportunity. Thank you, Heavenly Father.
Amen.
For this opportunity to stand up for our God-given unalienable rights. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us to exercise our rights, to allow us to send a message to all the tyrants, the communists, and the globalists that this is our nation, not theirs. Yes. That we will not allow the American way, the United States of America to go down.
What is going on? Wow. Okay, so that was actually the second craziest thing that happened on the floor of the House today. That was pretty crazy. That was pretty wild. The craziest is reserved for the illustrious AOC. Brilliant, so fresh, so face and fresh and face. A person who told us that we were racist for not eating at Chinese restaurants like a week and a half ago. So AOC gets up on the floor of the House and starts yelling and screaming and waving her arms crazily about. I mean, truly, it's wild. She looks like one of those, blow-up balloon things over at the car dealership.
If you make me look like a jackass, I'm gonna come for you.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna probably beat the shit out of you. Never fuck with me.
Is that a White Claw?
That is a White Claw.
White Claw! White Claw! Mango White Claw!
A lot of people assume that I'm here to protest Antifa and BLM, and that's probably the furthest thing from the truth.
That's about the Western world. Western nationalists, like, we love America.
We believe in God and America and the Constitution. I love my country, you know.
That's mostly what the Proud Boys is.
Because we're proud of the West. We're proud to be part of the United States of America.
Cinema today is a largely liberal landscape. With only a few exceptions, most mainstream films and filmmakers project left-wing messages and narratives onto the silver screen. However, on the opposite political spectrum, many notable figures in the alt-right community, such as Dinesh D'Souza, Alex Jones, Mike Cernovich, and Ben Shapiro, attempt to resist the left wing by creating their own film projects to, in their eyes, fight against the liberal agenda. With this in mind, this video will ask how alt-right films and their activist content express political recognition in a largely liberal film landscape. Using Canadian philosopher Charles Taylor's chapter, The Politics of Recognition, from his book, Multiculturalism. This video will use Charles Taylor's Politics of Recognition and apply to alt-right films and filmmakers. To explore further, this video will use 3 films: The Obama Deception, released in 2009 and directed by Alex Jones, as well as Death of a Nation, released in 2018 and directed by Dinesh D'Souza and Bruce Schooley, and finally Hoaxed, released in 2019 and directed by Scooter Downey and John Twa.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
We see you causing a depression so you can blow out the economy and consolidate it and bankrupt it. We know that you are enemies of free humanity. Think of the arrogance of private group of banks that have bankrupted the nation by design so they can repo the country. A private group of banks that loaned us our own money back are telling us they're above the law. You are not above the law, criminals.
No one is above the law.
No one is above the law, and the private Federal Reserve sure as hell isn't either.
Humankind is at a historic crossroads. The forces of globalism are marching towards absolute despotism. Look in the mirror, count the cost, and decide, are you going to let history repeat itself? Or will you stand tall with freedom lovers everywhere and stop the completion of a world dictatorship?
Lincoln was elected to unite a country and stop slavery. Democrats smeared him, went to war against him, assassinated him. Now their target is Trump.
America was never great! Slavery, genocide, and war!
Donald Trump wins the presidency.
So help me God.
They say he's killing America.
There will be a vote to impeach.
They say he's a racist.
This was a white lash.
And a fascist. Who are the real racists?
Northern Democrats had conspired together with Southern Democrats to take away the fruit of other people's labor.
Who are the real fascists?
Both Mussolini and Hitler set up and ran welfare states.
This was done by the do-gooders, the liberals, the people who wanted to improve society.
Which party attacks our free speech?
How dare you speak against the Villa!
Our religious liberty and our personal safety. A nation dies when its people are not free. When I first came to America as a 17-year-old, I knew I was coming to a special place. I didn't know much about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, any of that. I liked it here because I liked the people. I saw Americans as independent, hardworking, self-reliant. Americans are fiercely individualistic, but they're also fiercely attached to family and faith, to community, and to country. That's what the national anthem symbolizes, and the flag, that we're one country, and we're in this together. This is the America I know and love. But can it last?
America was never great! Slavery,
There are those in America who want to end the America we love. They believe America is defined by class oppression and white supremacy. They want, in Obama's phrase, to remake America. For this to happen, America as we know it must die. Who will stop them?
Billionaire Donald Trump is hitting the presidential campaign trail.
And both groups were extensions of a political party. In the case of the brown shirts, the Nazi Party. In the case of the Klan, the Democratic Party. In November of 1923, Hitler and his brown shirts took over the Burger Braukeller, a popular Munich beer hall.
That's nothing here. Die nationale Revolution ist ausgebrochen! Niemand darf den Raum verlassen! Entweder beginnt heute Nacht die deutsche Revolution, oder bin wir bei Morgendämmerung alle tot.
The following day, Hitler and 2,000 party members marched on Munich to seize control. They were met by police. Hitler was arrested and sent to Landsberg prison, a formative period in his life. Here, Hitler dictated Mein Kampf to his fellow prisoner, Rudolf Hess.
Der Nationalsozialismus ist der Entschluss, einen neuen Menschen zu erschaffen. Dort wird kein Wille mehr existieren, keine Königreiche, in denen das Individuum sich selbst gehören wird. Die Zeit des Glücks als private Angelegenheit ist vorbei.
See how remote all of this is from the principles of Abraham Lincoln and the American founding? Hitler, however, had a much greater affinity for progressives and Democrats.
Die eine Lüge sagen und oft genug wird man es glauben.
It was here Hitler got a big idea from the Democratic Party, one that would shape his murderous campaigns. According to Pulitzer Prize-winning biographer John Toland, Hitler often praised the extermination of the Red Savages who could not be tamed by captivity. Hitler admired how Jacksonian Democrats gunned down the millions of Redskins to a few 100,000 and now keep the modest remnant under observation in a cage. His idea was to do to the Poles, the Slavs, the Eastern Europeans, and the Russians precisely what the Jacksonian Democrats did to the Indians.
All media is narrative. And we are in a war of narratives. There is a story about me. There is a story that I am just a very mean, awful, nasty troll. Is that the totality of who I am? No. Have I been mean before in the past? Yes.
Here's Hillary's handler, and here's Hillary collapsing.
That's a narrative about me. I view it more in terms of sort of pro wrestling.
Bill Clinton is the rapist! Bill Clinton is the rapist!
And if people are going to view you as the heel or the bad guy, you just have to play up into that role.
Why is Alex Jones in a movie about fake news? In fact, I bet when this film comes out, they're going to have reviews saying, ha ha, look at the filmmakers. To cover fake news, they talk to the king of fake news. Wait a minute. Even if that was true, you'd want to talk to the king of fake news. Mike Cernovich is here with some amazing established filmmakers putting out this big film Hoaxed, dealing with mainstream media and fraud. And they asked me the question, are you an actor? When I engage in satire or acting, it's a joke when I say the things. I'm gonna go say some horrible things on air right now to illustrate how the globalists are sick freaks. It doesn't mean I actually believe the things I'm about to say. This thing's really tight on the eyes. So get ready. This is Alex Jones. This is Alex Jones being an actor. Let's go. You'll never defeat the human spirit.
I'm a liberal. I apologize. Jesus, forgive me. 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. We're such self-centered crap that we don't even notice hell itself rising up. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. I've got the fire of human liberty. I'm setting fires everywhere. Kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber! It doesn't bother me once you do it, whatever. I just, if you guys want to put it out, just make sure, if you do put it out, just make sure people know I had it pulled muscle. It just looks like I'm a crazy person, which I am kind of crazy already, but let me just start over. Here we go. I wear many hats, but 99% of the time, I'm a father, I'm a patriot who wants to simply research the facts so we can live in a better world. And that's why since the time I was 21 years old, I've been on air, because I've known there's been a war on for our minds.
The victory will be an endorsement of a philosophy.
Sir, shouldn't we abolish the CFR? That's the real reality that none of you will talk about, and most of you are members. And I'm being drug out. Laugh at it.
We need whistleblowers, and we need whistleblowers who aren't afraid of being smeared. Courageous people that are willing to step into the limelight and take the tomatoes being thrown at them.
My entire career, it's been about putting myself out there to take the hit first, to draw the enemy out so that more people wake up to the larger picture. I knew Megyn Kelly was coming here to destroy me. I knew she was coming here to do the ultimate hit piece.
By highlighting alt-right personalities such as Alex Jones, the film highlights how these figures demand recognition in an overtly liberal space, and as these figures perpetuate their views, the response from left-wing media only furthers these figures' ambition to create more content such as documentaries and films to show their perspective.
You know, being a right-winger in New York City, I'm drowned in the opposition, and you learn to enjoy conflict, you learn to enjoy arguing, and I think it makes you a more complete person, and we wonder why the media has become... These people don't leave their desks, and this is true of the right and the left. They'll sit there and they'll Google and they'll talk about a backlash, and you'll go check the evidence of this backlash and you realize it's just tweets. There's no more Watergate from the beat reporter talking to people on the street because he just uses Google. These kids now are turning to themselves for information. They're their own journalists. And that's what's so exciting about this time, is someone like James O'Keefe can come along with an undercover camera and totally blow up the New York Times, fake voting, all of this stuff by going out there and just doing it themselves.
By using these three films, the question of how alt-right films and their activist content express political recognition in a largely liberal film landscape has been explored. Using a plethora of sources, this video has explored alt-right films and filmmakers and how their content expresses political recognition. This has been done by showing the filmmakers, their content, and the way of which they express themselves to further their political messages and ideas, as well as how they use formal elements to create content to oppose left-wing film and media.